Growing up, I watched my mom take care of her mom. And that is, I think, where I got that. Taking care of everyone.
Their mom is sick, that's their life. I was sick the day that they were born and I'm sick now, you know. I can tell you as sure as I sit here that with Rachel, had there not been any health problems, I know she would have finished school.
There's a lot of stress, like if you really care about the person you're taking care of, you're gonna be thinking, are they okay, are they okay?
He doesn't complain. He never complains.
Taking care of somebody else is one of the most joyful things we can do for each other as human beings. Taking care of someone else can also be the most stressful thing.
Mom's stomach pills, so that way her stomach can digest the food because of the CF. I did everything. I still do everything, you know. Kimmy,
You know
who's the best sissy in the world? Yep, that's right.
I have cystic fibrosis, so I've had it my whole life. Then when I had my fifth daughter, it kind of like, my health kind of took a turn for the worse.
When I was 9, I was taking care of my great-grandmother who was living with me at the time. My mom was always at work, so it was kind of my role to take care of her, I guess. And she passed away at 92, when I was 13. So now I take care of my grandmother. And you kind of have to grow up fast, especially when you start off so young. You're kind of forced to grow up when most kids are spending time being a kid. She's diabetic, she has neuropathy, she's legally blind.
Pulmonary hypertension and high blood pressure, heart problems.
She has lymphedema, and to prevent her legs from swelling up and sores developing from the water getting out. Me and my mom have to wrap her legs with something called Ferro wraps, and it kind of keeps the swelling down.
Being a single parent and having no other brothers and sisters, I didn't really have anybody else to help out. It ended up being, you know, more burden on him.
I suffer from severe depression and also bipolar disorder. Anxiety, because there's a lot of stress. Like if you really care about the person you're taking care of, you're going to be thinking, are they okay, are they okay?
My lab was one of the first to show that half of family members caring for someone with Alzheimer's disease or cancer were depressed. We found out in the youth caregiving literature that depression is a high risk for these kids.
Hardest thing I've ever gone through was seeing her on life support for the first time. I basically cried every day last year. I was afraid she was going to die every day.
I never left the house, so I really didn't like take on close friends because, you know, I never went anywhere, so no one knew. You feel like nobody appreciates you, and it took a big toll on me. Depression. And for years, I wouldn't say anything.
She's like a saint. She, not only does she do everything, she never ever complains, you know. And I mean, I know she complains, but she never complains so that we can hear it.
This is Mom's traveling oxygen. First, I make sure she has enough in it, and if it's on the red, I change it.
There's a limit to what one human being can do. It takes a mighty warrior for these young children to succeed in their caregiving, and they often let their school performance take a lesser importance in their life, even though they know they have to succeed.
I'm entering the 10th grade even though I'm 17, so I'm like 3 years behind.
I think he began to feel isolated and he wanted to be home to be a caregiver.
Like I felt like I needed to be there to watch her in case she fell or something.
And he started missing more and more school, and the more he missed of school, the more awkward he felt as far as returning back to school.
Because I value life experiences more than like an education. The main reason why I got interested in music is because I see how music helps so many other people. I want to find a way to take my feelings or whatever and use it to benefit someone else other than myself.
Man, that's a wet dog. You don't have the leash? Now hold it. Hold it.
I dropped out at 17, but I dropped out to actually take care of anyone. I wanted to be the first one in my family that walked down the aisle to get my diploma. So it was a very hard decision.
It was her decision, and it was what she wanted to do, and I know that she struggled with it for a long time. I took care of my family, but that was my choice. You know, and if they're gonna be here, I want them to be here. This is what they want to do. And I don't ever want them to feel like they have to.
I had a choice, and I decided to take care of everyone. It's my responsibility. Mom took care of me for 17 years, so it's my turn. I want to be a chef. I want to own my own restaurant and be the chef there.
To help our kids grow, we say we want to. We need to add youth caregiving to the equation. Otherwise, they drop out, they don't do well, they get sick, and we've left them behind.
I've thought of it before that, you know, if I could have done it differently, that I wouldn't have put him in that position. There were more money or something to try to have outside help rather than putting the burden on him. It sort of shaped his life in a way that we never intended. I try to keep him busy with outside things to more or less give him a break from some of the stuff we have to do. So he showed an interest in the guitar, so I got him some guitars and the amplifiers and stuff. I'm very proud of him.
Jimmy takes good care of me. Only one thing, I like to see him get a haircut.
I'm lucky to have her, even though me and her argue all the time. I went and asked for a different grandmother.
I tell everybody, you know, once I start my career and I have, you know, a nice house and all, and Mom is still alive, they're coming to live with me because I can't turn away from them.